I am just an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa, I'm high snob, cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are so hot in the business.
All right, what is up, everybody? We are back. Iconic Trader Squad fam, Big Mike in the house, Robert Millar, and of course, you know me, Cameron Foose. Today, we're going to talk about kind of the volatility in the market and Donald Trump. How is he pushing things around like he's used to doing with that firm handshake? So basically, there's the trade war going on with China and whatnot. He's going off on tweets, markets all over the place, down 700 points pre-market, ending up on the day. So it's crazy. Now, how does this affect us as day traders? And is it a good thing, a bad thing, or is it something to be taken advantage of because it creates volatility? And as day traders, that's what we look for, is volatility. We want to see movement in the stock market. So the more big intraday moves that we see in the day, all that means is that's more bigger opportunities for us, because we want to see the fluctuations on a day-to-day basis on mostly individual stocks so that we can actually take advantage of that. Now, Robert and Mike, you guys probably know a little bit more about the news source. I'm out here in Bali. I don't follow American politics. I don't follow American news. I don't even look at Twitter.
You're in a bubble over there.
Yeah. And I don't look at Twitter.
A nice bubble.
What's all I know is that I see the market going crazy and I see some headlines. So if you guys have a little bit more update on what's going on with Trump and China and the trade war.
Well, basically, it's all about tariffs at this point. China and the U.S. are going to come to a trade deal similar to small cap stocks. Like the media was so positive that one day it's just like talks are off and the market's just like woof, collapse. So until a deal gets done, it's just super volatile depending on what he tweets or says, which can come really at any time. And he moves the markets. So, I think until it gets resolved, we're just going to get used to this volatility, which, like you said, Foose, is good for day traders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the recent part of it, just in case you don't know, what Foose was talking about, the drastic drop the other day and the increased volatility, is they both walked away from the table about some differences over intellectual property. Won't get too much in that. And China responded with their own tariffs on our goods. So bit of a staring match, I guess you could say, right now. Obviously, for both countries, like Mike was saying, it'll eventually happen. But when, is the question now. Yeah, there was optimism. We thought we were close. And then all of a sudden you're not. You're further than ever. So, but we'll see.
So this is basically the U.S., China, and a war about who's going to tax harder on imports and exports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Who's
So
got the biggest swinging dick and who's going to win?
Right. From what I understand, so China has a state-run, communist economy. We have an open economy. Any country can come in here and compete. That's why we have so much options. And they have a more of a protectionist mentality. So they already had tariffs on our goods, and we responded by a bunch like earlier. And from what I understand, we're closer to equal. They have a 10% overall tariff. We had a 4%. Now we're near where they are. So we're almost on equal playing field as far as how the tariffs are. But now China is just playing hardball. And that's the summary from what I understand.
Reading a headline here from, why is my computer so fucking dead? This razor blade, top of the line, but it's from a Chinese South China Morning Post. China exporters react to Donald Trump's new trade war tariff. He says, one export manufacturer says, this will completely kill my U.S. market, said one manufacturer whose company video game console controllers to the U.S. Exporters from China woke up to the news that Trump is pressing forward with the, in quotes, nuclear option in the long-running trade war. So what is the nuclear option? That's basically he says fucking China over and being like, yo, bend to the U.S. because we are done bending for you.
I don't know how we could do that. That would be, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just gamesmanship or something. That would be intense.
You got to bend the knee to the queen. Queen
Yeah.
Khaleesi.
And
Bend or
on
die.
top of that, the election cycle is kind of coming up year from now, year and a half. So we're just getting started. There's going to be a lot of volatility moving forward, and it's. So I guess we'll discuss pros and cons of it and how we've been handling it and how to handle it and things like that, right?
Yeah. So I just posted a video, literally like an hour and a half ago, talking about the top 5 things you need to know, understand, and acknowledge to get started successfully as a day trader. And one of those was that there's a lot of price manipulation out there. And there's nothing per se wrong with it. It's kind of a good thing because, again, just like we're seeing right now, it's volatility and we want volatility in the market. And that means you could take advantage of it. But one, you have to understand that it's actually being pushed for some reason. And is that price action legitimate? Most likely not. And also you have to understand that for every reaction or every action, there's a reaction. When you see a huge snap in a stock, either to the upside or downside, there's usually some sort of reaction to that on a reversal side. So typically if you see like a stock being pumped by a chat room and or Trump tweeting about the stock and it blowing up, there's going to be an opposing force at the end of that run, which you can take advantage of, which is shorting, which is what we typically do. So I know Mikey said he tweeted about a small cap. Blew it up like
WKHS.
if you want to maybe screen share the
Oh yeah.
the stock, I want to see this thing.
And when was this about? When did he tweet about it?
On May 8th.
Okay. Oh, it was recent. Okay.
So, and it wasn't like the news wasn't out there unless he spoke about it. I mean, the timeliness of his tweet was midday, you know, so very similar to the market. Like he'll tweet something and, you know, this was at 11:22 a.m. It went from 86 cents to $1.50.
And that's his tweet right there.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. And look at it previously. Let's focus in on the action before.
Yeah.
My God.
So this is just like, you know, it's the power of emotion.
Yeah, basically.
One tweet from the president. I remember Kylie Jenner did a Snapchat or a tweet about Snapchat and it fucking
yeah, she dropped it, which is
dropped
nuts.
it like 8 or 10% or something. And that's just the power of somebody saying something. And that's basically, you know, literal proof that money in the stock market is ran off of emotion. And how do you take advantage of that? And I also talk about this in the video that I just posted, that your skill set only amounts for a very small amount of your actual ability to be successful in the stock market. Now, a lot of people out there will be selling you some sort of like, get my secret tools or get my secret signals or my secret strategy. None of that means shit unless you know how to fucking handle the human psychological process of becoming a day trader and actually being able to click buy and sell when you need to. And that just always comes back to psychology. So, and you can see these stocks blowing up all over the place. Kylie Jenner tweets something, everybody flips out and drops Snapchat because she says, does anybody even use Snapchat anymore? Donald Trump sends it a tweet. Who uses Snapchat other than for nudes? That's the only
Right.
Now, I'll be honest, yeah, I'm still on Tinder. I'm a single guy. I'm on Instagram. I talk to girls. If a girl hits me up and I'm talking to her and she asks for Snapchat, that only means that she wants to send me nudes. It's never meant anything else.
That's why it doubled this year, I guess.
Did it? Oh.
Yeah, so it's interesting. And now Snapchat just came out with like an alternative platform, or something came out that's like the top something in the App Store that's built off of Snapchat's platform. It's like anonymous Q&As or something. So I didn't know if that was I remember reading something about it.
The one thing I know, we're segueing into like social media. So I do believe there is room for that space, because I mean, younger kids aren't using Facebook, so I think, that's kind of how Snapchat blew up. I remember this is a long time ago, all of a sudden some little girl showed me Snapchat, never heard of it in my life. And now here you are getting nudes on it.
Yeah.
Not from children,
All right.
by the way.
So top free apps right now in the App Store. This is crazy. Number 1 is YOLO, which is the Snapchat-based Q&A anonymous questions. Number 2 is Snapchat. Number 1 and 2 apps.
Well, Snapchat did have good numbers last quarter compared to like what everyone thought. So they're definitely not like everyone thought they were going to die sooner than they are,
Yeah, no, this is actually surprising. Number 1 and 2 are both Snapchat platforms. So this could be.
And is that ranked from downloads or popularity or rating?
It's just top free apps.
Top free
in the App Store right now. Number 1 is YOLO. Number 2 is Snapchat. 3 is Gmail. 4 is Instagram. 5 YouTube. 6 is Google Maps. Facebook sucking a dick down at number 8.
And that is interesting, like to be number 1 and 2 over things that everyone really need. Like, pretty much a lot of people need Google Maps and Gmail and the others you listed, and then boom, you have Snapchat there. It's interesting.
Yeah, and it's got really high ratings, 120,000 ratings at 4.6. So
yeah. Share
your link and let your friends tell you what they think. Reply directly in stories. So, all right, this sounds stupid to me, but apparently
maybe it's cool.
Teeny boppers like it. Yeah, I don't tweet or do anything on Snapchat at all. But I looked the other day and I was like, all my friends in San Diego are still snapping things. I'm like, why? What are you guys doing on here? What do you guys do on here anymore?
Well, I got the girl filter blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The meme you sent.
Yeah.
At first I didn't get it.
Yeah. I don't think I sent that to you, Mike.
Have you seen the girl thing on Instagram where everybody's doing this girl filter? I don't even know how to do it. I was looking at my phone. I was like, I
think it's from Snapchat, no? I believe it is, not an Instagram filter. It's a Snapchat filter, which might be why they're number 1 right now, because everyone's using it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's pretty funny. A little weird, but funny. Like, I was curious what I look like if I'm a girl. There you go. They have an app, and it looks pretty dang realistic.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't like it. It's creeping me out. But anyways, guys, kind of just wanted to do a quick and short one today, talking about price manipulation. And while that is sometimes sketch, it's something that you could take advantage of. And that's what we try to do as day traders, is look for volatility and understand the volatility, why it's moving, and how do you react to it. Trading is all a reactionary based game. It's not trying to predict that Trump is going to tweet about a stock and then fucking ride that run out. It's okay, Trump made this tweet, it blew the stock up 100% in like minutes. How can we react to this price action so that we can take advantage of it and make money? Okay, so there's 2 things that you need to do. You need to have 1, skill sets of technical analysis and understand the price action patterns, and 2, have the emotional discipline to outsmart the majority, because a lot of people that's emotion. That's 100% emotion reacting to that stock. The stock blew up 100%, but people are still buying it because they're like, wait, Trump tweeted about it. What, is this like going to go to 4 now that it's at 2? So that's FOMO. That's emotion. That's people being fucking retards reacting to something stupid.
Yeah.
So you have to be smarter than them and understand that a lot of this game is based off of fear and greed, and take advantage of that. So
Mike, go ahead. I have a question for you, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Hit me with it, Rob.
All right. So you trade a little bit longer throughout the day. So you may be subject to something that comes out from his Twitter or anything like that. Have you noticed, or have you been in any, like, I know we're in this small cap realm, so we're a little bit sheltered. So generally we're talking about, major market forces affecting the small cap arena, which sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. Have you noticed anything like happen? You ever been in a trade like, God damn it, he tweeted, or why is he talking now?
If you're trading levered ETFs like SQQQ, VIX, you have to be watching him. Otherwise you're playing yourself then. Because today was a great example. The market exploded on his tweet that he was going to withhold the auto tariffs for 6 months. And, the Dow and SPY ripped like 1 or 2%, something like that. So
and that's pretty much like a little bit of an olive branch, I would say, right? To the overall trade war. Yes.
In a way, he's like, kind of bending a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's why the market ripped. But if you're not that's the current environment, so, but with small caps, it doesn't matter. Like WKHS is just an outlier,
Yeah. And I would say like a lot of this is not new, Trump or not Trump. I mean, there's always been volatility for whatever reason, some of it manufactured, some of it real, some of it hyped, I would say the difference is the fear of how instant it can happen by one person and a phone or anyone really, like that's powerful.
And also it's just going back to social media, like the news dissemination nowadays versus 10 years ago is, shit's hitting the market and there's algos programmed to act in milliseconds off of that news. Mm-hmm. And here we are as humans, like you can't beat the machines to it. So you have to basically react and not predict, you're not going to be like, watch this, Trump's going to tweet in 2 seconds,
I could feel it. I feel like a tweet coming.
So, you have to be aware, at least if you're trading the overall market, but that's the beauty of these small caps is like, it doesn't matter. They live in their own world. So, we are a little bit sheltered. So I'd say like, it's a lot more fun to hear people complain about the market lately.
Didn't you have a story about a cousin or something? Oh no, that was someone in chat. So one of our members, he was like, yeah, one of my investment or one of my uncles or whatever, who was an investor is like, F Trump, I lost $4,000 today because of him.
Yeah.
And those people that are holding overnight, that's, at least, we can, day trading, you have the flexibility to be cash at night. So that's a little bit nicer.
I'd be really stressed out being an investor.
Yes.
I mean, overall things have been going up, but it's like, that sounds like a lot of stress to me. I mean, so is day trading. Day trading is a lot of stress, but so is investing.
So it's so easy.
Fucking game is easy. Yeah.
I mean, like going back to, I wanted to add on what you were talking about before, guys, like with the emotions, like I can honestly say that it's not about learning the pattern. Like anyone can fucking understand a pattern, but it's literally managing yourself on a daily basis. Like my biggest fear is myself, just fucking being stupid one day. It's not it's not about learning the patterns and that's what separates people that make money versus people that don't, is just emotional discipline and self-awareness.
Yeah. 100%. You are the decider. I hate the question, be like, how long will it take me before I'm profitable? Like,
Oh,
Dude,
man.
there's no fucking answer to that question. Learning the system, how to day trade is like fucking grade school shit, learning flashcards. All it is pattern recognition. That's the easy part. The hard part is, can you make it?
What happens in here that whole time?
Yeah, what's going on in your stupid head?
And we have one of the only psychology courses, Cloud9, that I've seen to help you with that.
It's basically all mind, guys. And lately, like Fu said, this whole market's driven off emotions. So if you can understand what other people are thinking, most of the time you should be taking the opposite side of that. Because if you're with the sheep and all of a sudden your mailman or your barber is like, yeah, I just bought into the market too, or some shit. And that's when you should be like, oh, damn. You know,
going the opposite way. Yeah. It was the same thing with Bitcoin at 20K. Everybody was fucking talking about it.
Yep.
Bitcoin.
Now it's right back. The freaking CNBC won't shut up about it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm so pissed because I bought it at 3,600. And then it like something because I transferred over 10K in a fucking whatchamacallit. I don't even remember.
Coinbase.
Coinbase. And like it was like something I just did it with my fucking credit card or my bank account. And I was like, oh, we lost confirmation. But it executed your bills. Yeah. It executed the trades though. And then they fucking refunded them. And I had bought at 3,600 now. It's like
so sketchy. Some of those.
Damn.
Until like you can trade Bitcoin on Ameritrade, like I still don't trust that shit.
Yeah, like give me options in my SEP IRA E-Trade.
Right.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, it'll probably be there one day. But anyways, guys, I believe that is a wrap. Today, markets run off emotions. Fucking get it through your head and learn how to react to that. Remember, we're not predicting. We're never predicting. If anybody, never ask somebody for the hot stock tip either. All right? Don't be an idiot because nobody can predict anything. Day trading is all about reacting. Sure, somebody can give you an advice, be like, oh, well, I think Uber is going to be a really long-term great company and we should maybe invest in it.
In 8 years, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Sure. Why not? Uber probably will be fine in 8 years. I don't know. But there's no such thing as a stock tip. Nobody can predict the future. It's all about reacting to what's going on based off of price action and human emotion. So always remember that. And if you guys want to know more about what we do in the stock market, we have a 90-day mentorship program with the Iconic Trader Fam. It's about 25 hours of online training pre-recorded for you to go through in a systematic structure. In addition to that, Mike does live mentoring classes every week for you to go in, ask Q&A, also get current event updates, what's going on in the market today, what's going on in the future. Mike's predicting the future also. But no, just a way for you guys to come in and be interactive and connect with us on a day-to-day basis as you're going through the mentorship program, in addition to having access to the #1 trading community Discord chat room in the world.
That's true.
Facts.
It is true.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, would love to get a new subscriber. If you're brand new to the channel, if you're watching on the podcast, go ahead and give us a rating. Tell us what you thought. And I will catch y'all in the next episode. Big Mike, Robert.
Peace. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Peace and ease.